Good evening, yo, the evening super prime time on ET. Now this is India Tonight, a flagship evening show. I'm Sandeep Gurmurthy, joining you live from our news centre in Mumbai, and joining me in Delhi is my colleague Supriya Srinath with a big story this Wednesday evening.
And the big story has to be about the big man himself, because Prime Minister Modi seems to be blinking in the standoff over the cash clean-up drive that has held Parliament ransom. In a big climb down, the Prime Minister is likely to intervene in the demonetisation debate in Parliament come tomorrow in a bid to douse the fire. Sources tell ET now that the senior BJP ministers will also meet leaders from all parties tomorrow to find a meeting point. The move comes against the backdrop of an all-out attack by a united opposition led by Trinamool Congress leader Mamata Banerjee, the West Bengal Chief Minister, the Congress Party and many others who've joined in. They addressed a rally in Delhi today, said the war against demonetisation will continue even if Prime Minister Narendra Modi fires at them.
Meanwhile, the government continued to tweak the cash withdrawal norms in a bid to lessen the blow on the common man. All post offices will now distribute the new 500 and 2,000 rupee notes, while there won't be any service charge on rail e-tickets bought until the 31st of December. It has also pumped in 21,000 crore rupees into district cooperative farms so that they can be loaned to the farmers in distress. All this is happening at a time the queues before banks and ATMs are getting shorter. So will Modi be able to broker peace as he addresses the elders in Parliament? The slugfest over the cash cleanup drive, that's our top story on India Tonight this Wednesday evening.
After 6 days of accusations and high-voltage political slugfest, the united opposition seems to have scored for now. With the government finally giving in, informed sources tell ET now that the Prime Minister is likely to now intervene in the debate on demonetisation. The move that many believe could end the present stalemate in both houses, where an adamant opposition has demanded the Prime Minister's statement. Serpentine queues outside Parliament found sympathisers within, with 12 political parties today protesting against the government's move to replace nearly 86% of the currency in India. The Parliament witnessed nearly 200 MPs put up a joint protest attacking the government's drive that has claimed over 70 lives.
ये जो केंद्र की सरकार ये जो अपना तानाशाही वाला रवैया अड़ियल रवैया जो अपनाए हुए है ये ठीक नहीं है.
In fact, the opposition was adamant on its demand that the ruckus would continue until the Prime Minister does not join the debate. In fact, the Congress today sought the adjournment motion against the government in the Lok Sabha, a demand that was struck down by Speaker Sumitra Mahajan.
200 MPs कह रहे हैं कि हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री आकर लोकसभा में देश को बताएं उन्होंने ये डिसीजन क्यों लिया, राज्यसभा को बताएं उन्होंने ये डिसीजन क्यों लिया. प्रधानमंत्री नहीं आना चाहते.
Out of the 22 sittings scheduled for the winter session, 6 have already been lost, but it now looks like the deadlock may end soon. However, the Congress, the principal opposition, is looking to escalate the protest further and will hold nationwide protests on Monday. But all eyes and ears are now on what the Prime Minister will tell the seat of policy making after he decided to undertake the biggest monetary move in independent India. The opposition, meanwhile, will count this as advantage won. Gaurang Sinha and Gauri Dwivedi, ET Now, New Delhi.
Even as the government has finally conceded to Prime Minister intervening in the debate on monetization or demonetization, the government is also open to holding informal talks with opposition leaders. Gauri Dwivedi joins in with more details. Gauri, finally it looks like the government wants to break the logjam at any cost, and the logjam is likely to end with other efforts being made by the government as well. Take us through what's happening as far as back-channel talks are concerned.
There is some sort of an expectation that the deadlock, the stalemate in Parliament may in fact ease out, or at least the government seems to be making some sort of effort towards it. The first signs that the government may reach out to the opposition, sources tell us, is that a meeting may take place tomorrow morning, chaired most likely by Home Minister Rajnath Singh. Attending that meeting would also be Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, INB Minister Venkaiah Naidu and Anant Kumar, who is the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. From the opposition, key leaders Ghulam Nabi Nabi Azad, Mallikarjun Kharge, leaders from TMC and some of the other parties are also likely to be invited to really find some sort of a middle ground to break the deadlock. Yes, the opposition has completely been adamant on the fact that the Prime Minister must be present in Rajya Sabha when the debate really takes place. What sources tell us is that the middle ground may in fact be that the Prime Minister may intervene in the debate, may not be present all along, but may in fact have one or two interventions. Remains to be seen how fruitful this meeting will be, but clear to say that the government is making first steps towards breaking this deadlock, breaking this stalemate, and in fact top government sources indicate that it's hopeful, the government is hopeful that the Parliament may in fact function from Monday onwards.
All right, Gauri Dwivedi there, thank you very much for joining in with the very latest of what's really happening inside Parliament and how the stalemate perhaps could be broken come tomorrow. But working overtime to ease the distress caused by the demonetisation scheme to the rural and the farming sectors, the government has announced fresh measures to make more cash available for farmers. Economic Affairs Secretary Shaktikanta Das said that the steps will ensure seamless crop loan sanctions and cushion the impact of the cash cleanup. Let's listen in.
For the benefit of the agricultural operations during the current Rabi season and especially for the benefit of the farmers, NABARD has sanctioned a special limit of 21,000 crores of rupees to be sanctioned to the District Central Cooperative Bank. The sanction will enable the District Central Cooperative Banks to pass on, to sort of grant funds, to sort of pass on these funds to the primary agricultural cooperative societies, and the primary agricultural cooperative societies network, the PACS network, will get activated and will meet the crop loan requirement of the farmers during the current Rabi season.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.